You know, every single investor runs into the same exact problem. You see a stock price on your screen, right? But what is that number really telling you? Is that company a total bargain, or is it all just hype? Well, in this explainer, we're going to dig into a method that helps you get to the bottom of that.
So yeah, how do you actually do that? How do you cut through all the noise, all the daily chatter, and figure out what a company's true fundamental value is? That is the billion-dollar question. And today, we're going to unpack a really powerful tool that's designed to do just that.
We're going to be talking about a method that's, well, it's almost like a time machine for money. It's called discounted cash flow, or you'll just hear it called DCF, and it is a core technique for figuring out what a company might actually be worth down the road. At its heart, the idea is actually pretty simple. A DCF analysis tries to do one main thing. It estimates all the cash, every last dollar, a company is expected to make in the future, and then it calculates what that whole mountain of future cash is worth to you right here, right now. And it really all boils down to two big steps. First, you kind of have to become a fortune teller. You have to project or forecast how much cash that business is going to bring in over the next, say, 5 or 10 years. Then, and this part is absolutely crucial, you have to discount that future cash. Think about it. $1 you're promised 10 years from now is worth less than $1 in your hand today, right? Because of inflation, risk, all that stuff. So we adjust the value of all that future money to see what it's worth in today's terms. Okay, so once you've done all the math, you're left with one number. That's your estimate of the company's intrinsic value. But the real magic happens when you compare your number to the stock's actual price on the market. This is where you're looking for what we call the value gap.
For example, maybe your analysis spits out a number suggesting the stock is undervalued by something like, say, 30%. That difference, that gap between your calculated value and the market price, that's your potential upside. It's a huge signal that the market might be missing something that you've just uncovered.
So the key is knowing how to read that signal. If you find a big, meaningful positive gap, it could mean the market is underappreciating the stock. And hey, that could be a real opportunity. But on the flip side, if the gap is tiny or even negative, it might be a sign that the stock is fairly priced, or maybe even overpriced, which means there's not much room to grow from its current price.
But hold on, here is a really critical thing to remember. DCF isn't about finding one single perfect number down to the last cent. That's impossible. The mindset you bring to this is just as important as the math. It's all about creating an anchor for your judgment, not about getting a flawless prediction.
And this is where your approach can really change based on your experience. You know, if you're just starting out with this stuff, please don't get bogged down trying to be perfect. Just use DCF to find a reasonable starting point, a valuation anchor. Now, for the seasoned pros out there who are doing this for dozens of companies, the name of the game is consistency. You have to use comparable assumptions across all of your analyses. That's the only way you can make real apples-to-apples comparisons. And all of this brings us to the real point of the whole exercise. I mean, if it's not about perfectly predicting the future, then what's it for? What is the ultimate question that a DCF analysis is really helping us answer? Let's just be crystal clear about this. DCF is not prophecy. It's not a crystal ball. Any model you build is only as good as the assumptions you feed into it. And let's face it, predicting the future is, well, it's hard. And that leads us to the most powerful idea here. The true value of DCF isn't about getting a magic number. It's a framework. It's a structured way to force yourself to ask the single most important question you can ask as an investor. What has to be true about this company's future for today's stock price to make any sense? It flips the script. It turns you from someone who just accepts the market price into an active, critical thinker. And that is a tool that's worth way more than any spreadsheet.